Hi, it's Lizzy B. Lev, and welcome to my 30 days to my leap of faith. And today is day 25 and 26 put together. Today is another combo day. The reason I did that last time, I've only done this one other time, and that was because I was so tired that I had to skip a day in order to have good sleep hygiene and sleep well. Yesterday, I did not do a video because I was having so much fun. I went out and had an amazing day with some friends I hadn't seen in a while, and lots of people have been coming out of the woodwork and wanting to say hi to me before I leave, even though I haven't seen them in a long time. It's kind of interesting. It's like tying up loose ends before going on to the next stage of life. It's like really saying goodbye to this area and making sure that I don't have like weird, skeletons in the closet or something before I leave. Like I'm really being given an opportunity from people to really come to a place of forgiveness and like resolution, and love, really. Because it's not like we're having conversations about like not forgiving or something, but it's just like there's this place of love that I'm getting to with a lot of people before I leave, which is a different experience than I've had in the past. And I'm really excited about it. I'm really happy about it. So yesterday, which was day 25, I definitely was feeling kind of anxious in the morning and really getting into a space of like, oh my God, is everything going to be ready? I don't really know. And then I ended up having this amazing day where I went with a couple friends and we went on this hike, and then we went to this place called Spirit Rock that's here in the Bay Area. It's at like a big meditation center, a retreat center. And this pretty famous teacher, Jack Cornfield, who's a very famous Dharma teacher, Buddhist like meditation teacher, was there. And there ended up being Tibetan monks that just happened to come by and chant. And I love anything that has to do with Tibetan Buddhism, especially because I spent time in Dharamsala, where the Tibetan government is in exile in India. And I just feel like a really deep kinship with them, like past life stuff. I know I was spent a lot of time as in that energy, you could say. So yesterday was awesome, and it was this great reminder of really owning and being who I am, really coming to this ownership of who I am. And it's interesting because a couple of the people I had seen yesterday I hadn't seen in a year. And so much has changed for all of us. Like two of us were in like a pretty like painful, challenging space a year ago. And now fast forward to now, it's so different. It's like seeing us it's like healing happens, growth happens, and sometimes it doesn't happen together. It doesn't happen with certain people. And it was really this testament of letting go, letting God, and also that whole idea is if you love someone or something, let it go, let them go. And if it's meant to be, they'll come back. And so this girl that I was really super good friends with, we really came to this place of having to, like, in a only way to describe it is to break up, even though we're just friends. Like we both are very much into men, and but and then I knew that she was the one that had to, because she was the one that was having problems and needed to have space because of whatever stuff she was going through, and so I knew that she was the one that was going to have to, revisit the friendship, and she did that, and she's ended up being like we're closer than ever, and it was just this amazing I don't know, it was like a manifestation of just this closeness of this sisterhood that I really missed, and I'm just really grateful to have. And so that was yesterday. Yesterday was awesome. I came back and I was just like, I had the house to myself, and I just felt really great. And it was just like, wow, today was meant to happen. This was just such an amazing thing. And for me, Buddhist Tibetan monks are such a sign. Like I did a Reiki mastery attunement recently. That was a Tibetan Reiki mastery attunement because I already have my regular Usui training. And the woman who did it said she saw all these Tibetan monk guides around me. And she said that's the reason that I was called to that workshop, because it was a pretty basic workshop for someone like me. And she said that it was those guides and that energy. And also before, when I had decided to travel when I was in Seattle in 2007, and I made the decision to travel and go to Southeast Asia and India, there was also these Tibetan monk guides. So I feel like they come to me in times of great life decisions. And I'm like getting chills right now thinking about it. And that is exactly how I've felt lately. Is like I'm having that like, wow, this is a core life soul plan moment, and that's what's happening right now, is that soul plan thing. And yeah, so it was pretty amazing yesterday. So that was day 25, and that's why I didn't make a video, because I was just like too excited. And then today was interesting. Today I felt really challenged. I had to babysit, and it was not as easy as it was 2 days ago. The baby was fussy and sick, and it was just really challenging, and it was a lot of work. If I averaged today and 2 days ago, then it would have been like an okay amount of work. But today was just, it was exhausting. And he's like, spit up all down the arm, and I was meeting up with another old friend afterwards, so I had to like baby wipe myself, and yeah, it was kind of rough. But I met up with this friend of mine that I hadn't seen since 2008. And even before that, I hadn't seen her since 2004. So, and she was one of my best friends in college. So it was really interesting to see her and be like, it was like time jumping, because we both remember, hanging out back in the day. And then now, we've jumped ahead so many years that it's like, oh, this is, it's like time jumping, like, oh, like this is what it would be like in the future, because we're here now. I don't know, it was really interesting. But it was interesting in talking with her, and the feeling that I had today, it was just like kind of this mixture of melancholy and self-doubt and excitement and stress and nervousness, and am I really making the right decision? And also, like, I feel like when I'm in contact with people from college or high school, or people I haven't seen in a long time, there's often this sense of comparison of like, who was I then compared to now, or who are they now compared to me now, or it's like, how do I measure up? And it's such an old paradigm. Like, who cares? Who cares how I was 10 years ago? Who cares how I am compared to her? Like, that has absolutely no ramification on my life whatsoever. Like, none whatsoever. So why does it bother me? Because, she's married, they just bought a house. Her husband has an amazing job. Like, he's an amazing like engineer. So he's super smart, super sweet. Like, it's just really challenging, like I guess I went right back to that girl that I was 10 years ago, feeling completely lost and clueless and not good enough and all of that stuff. So it's interesting to sit in that now, after having such an amazing day yesterday, and really feeling like I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. And that's what me and my friends were talking about yesterday. We're exactly where we're supposed to be. We were talking about, animal totems and our astrology and like all this amazing stuff that I love. And then today it's like I see someone from my past, and I'm just like, but it's also because I'm exhausted. I'm stressed. I'm excited because tomorrow I get to go see Amma. But it's a lot, all at once. And so that's kind of how it goes. It's like, it's a roller coaster, and it goes from one to the other. And it's interesting because like I was on a walk earlier when I first got there with the baby, and it was fantastic. And I called my friend and was like, I'm having an amazing time, and I'm in such great space, and blah, blah, blah. And then I called them back like 2 hours later, and I was like, oh my God, the baby won't sleep. Why is this happening to me? And it's really like, I started being like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong to get out of the juicy, easy flow space? Nothing. I did nothing wrong except be alive. The world is not always going to be that juicy, alive space, flowy space. I am just happy that I was there for whatever time that I was there, and to know it's possible. It's not always going to be like that. If it was, we wouldn't need to be in these human bodies learning our lessons. So it was an interesting wake-up call to then be like, oh yeah, there's nothing wrong. Even on a deeper level of, there's nothing wrong. Everything is exactly as it's meant to be. And it was just interesting to be able to bring myself back into that space, both earlier when things weren't going so great with baby, and Plus, I was sad because I'm not going to see him, Like, I've been with that baby a couple months and I've bonded with him, and I'm not going to see him. And if I do see him, he's going to be so much bigger because he's 3 months and they get big, so fast. Like, he'll probably look completely different at 6 months than at 9 months, like a year. My nephew looks like a totally different person than he did when he was 6 months old. So, it's a little bit of sadness there too, but it's just about not beating yourself up, not beating myself up when things aren't going perfectly or as planned. And when I see old friends, of course, I'm going to feel a little weird. That's why people like always feel weird when you go to high school reunions. I didn't even go to mine because of that. Like, I don't know that I ever will. But I also felt this sense of like, I'm going back to San Diego where I grew up. I might actually want to connect with some of the people that I went to high school with. Like, why not, And it's interesting because this leap of faith has given me such confidence in myself because I'm following my dreams and my heart. Like, how many people can say that? Like, I'm proud of that. I'm super stoked that I am doing that. And it's kind of giving me this better sense of self-acceptance, self-esteem, self-compassion, that now it's like I can handle being around. Maybe, right now, of course, I'm feeling sensitive since I just saw my friend and it was a little bit of a shocker. I am getting to the place where I'm feeling confident enough to see people from my past and not feel weird, especially as someone who's super metaphysical. Like, that was not anything accepted when I was younger, anything like that. So it's very different than a lot of people. Although one of my closest friends was a year younger than me, and she went to my high school. So there are some people, but it's just interesting. Like, the more I follow my heart, the more I'm doing this leap of faith, the better I feel about myself, the more excited I am. I finished giving away my stuff. I have like 2 more bags of stuff in my car, like 2 little bags, and then that's it. I've given it all away. And then Thursday in 2 days, move stuff into storage. And then 2 days after that, Saturday morning, I drive away. So I'm super excited. Like, this is amazing. Like, I've never felt more complete, more whole, more like present and exactly where I'm supposed to be. At least I haven't felt like this for a long time. So I'm really, really excited, really happy about that. So much love to you all. It's just been brought to my attention today that more than one person might be watching these videos, other than myself, I mean. So if there is, indeed, awesome. I'm so glad you guys are tuning in and I can offer my support and my story in my life, in my, authenticity of what I'm actually going through with my ups and downs, and hope that it means something to somebody, and that it's making a difference in someone's life, And, that's pretty much what makes the difference in my life. So I love you all. You are all so amazing and so perfect and so beautiful exactly the way that you are. And guaranteed, you do not see yourself clearly and you do not appreciate yourself the way that those who love you see you and appreciate you. And it's my hope that for just a glimmer of a moment, if only a glimmer of a moment, if not longer, you understand how amazing you are and how needed you are on this planet and how loved you are unconditionally by source, by universe, by, your higher self. So you deserve to feel that and to know that you are amazing and you deserve to be here and you deserve all the happiness and joy in the world. So I love you. And that was day 25, 26. See you tomorrow.